Hey everybody, Tom here. Well, it's been about a month since Adepticon ended, and I've had a good amount of time now to decompress, catch up on everything that built up over the time leading up to Adepticon, and finally rest. So there's lots to be done still, and I've got lots of videos I'm still working on, but I wanted to take this time to do another mini haul. I realize it's been probably a year since I've done one, basically for Adepticon last year. But for good reason, because Adepticon is awesome and there is so much miniature goodness to see. As you all know, biggest reason that I do this is my love of miniatures. I love creating my own, but I also absolutely love collecting and playing with and painting other people's models. So let me go ahead and show you what I picked up for my mini haul at Adepticon 2018. So this is my haul from Adepticon 2018. It's much more, I don't know, larger than last year. Mostly because some of the things that I was specifically looking for last year that just weren't available because they had sold out, people actually had this year, and I made a point of going for them first thing. So, number one, I guess I'll just kind of go in order of how I received things. So first of all, I got my Kickstarter pledge from Sean Sutter's latest Relic Blade Kickstarter. Got the 2 starter packs and all the additional add-on minis. Great figures. I actually already put together this Wildkin Golem. Is that what he's called? I can never remember. Stonekin, that's what he's called. It's a great figure, some incredible character to it, and I'm very excited to play the game with this faction. After that, I went straight to, so I was a vendor this year, so I got to go into the vendor hall as I was setting up, obviously, and before the show even opened, I went to Bill Thornhill's Footsore booth and picked up a copy of Saga rulebook, as well as the Age of Vikings. So something really cool that they did with Saga now, or doing Saga now, is they have these individual army books and then a core rulebook. And one of the most amazing things that I'm so excited about with Saga, and I got to play it, and it's a great game, and I'm very excited to play it in the Viking Age, but this blew me away. So, the first page, when you open it, and I found this out, I'll tell you the story how I found this out. Sean Sutter, we were sharing a room together, and he was just reading the rule book, and he opened this first page, and he looked over at me and said, "What in the world? Barbarians fighting skeletons?" And I thought he was just teasing me, but no, you open it, and the first page, what do you see in this historical miniatures game is werewolf and barbarians fighting skeletons. So I am super stoked to see what they do, and the whole idea, and there's other fantasy photographs in here as well. It's not all just Viking Age. This is one of my favorite photos. Well, not this one. This is a cool one because you look at these people and you're like, oh, they look like some interesting soldiers. I guess it's a little farther on. You see those same soldiers, but they are fighting. Oh yeah, here we go. So you have these, gray-clad knights with timber wolves on their shields, and then you've got these red-coated lion soldiers. So I just love that somebody made their own models for Stark versus Lannister. But I'm very excited to see what they come out with for Saga in the realm of fantasy books. So while I was exhibiting, I was there repping my line, as well as RBJ Games, and Trey Manor was there as well. I was next to my good friend D Forrest, who he did this comic called Lil Musa, and I did a miniature for it. And so I got I actually backed it, so got a nice signed copy, and he gave me these postcards as well. Really cool, some really interesting looking D&D characters. All right, what else? What did I get next? So, I really didn't get in walk around the booth, or sorry, the exhibit hall that much, but when I did, man, I made the most of it. So, I guess everything else was kind of bought all at once in one day. I love the Frostgrave plastic figures, so I got the new set. I'm not a huge fan of pirates, but I just really like their kits, and you can just mix and match them with anything to make all sorts of different adventures. So I picked up a pack of those. I've been watching Savage Core on I first saw it on Warlord Games website for a long time, and I was walking by the booth, and there's a rulebook for it. by Lucid Eye Publications. So I haven't read it yet, but I like the idea of this game. It's kind of like a pulp journey to the center of the earth kind of thing, where you've got these ancient peoples. So I picked up, this probably isn't enough to play a real good game or anything, but I got a token sampling. And I love these miniatures. I got the I got a pack of Cro-Magnon, as well as the leader, and then a pack of the Neanderthal, as well as their leader. So it'll be they'll be fun to paint, and just enough to kind of get a taste, see if I want to get further into the game. And then of course, I bought these rule books on day one, but I love footsore miniatures. I love Bill's work. So I went and picked up a lot of these miniatures. They give away as every month they do a free giveaway miniature. So, but I hadn't ordered anything on the site, so I missed all these. So I bought Guinevere, this Viking that Bill had sculpted to show off last year, but it wasn't yet available. Love this guy. Eric Helm Splitter, a Viking Gunbrand, Soul Taker, like a kind of a priest. Got a little sack of heads. Odin. Thought that was a really fun take on that character. And then I've been just looking at these guys for a long time. They're just young Saxon warriors. I could, use them for early Saxons, or probably sneak them in a lot of different armies. But I just really like to look at these figures, so I wanted to buy them. And of course, since I got the Saga rulebook, I needed an army. So I have put together a whole army of Redbox game miniatures already. So I've got that going, but I've always wanted Vikings, and I've just been waiting for Bill to do them. So I bought one of the Saga starter pack armies from him, a 4-point starter army. So I've got warriors and a bunch of Hearthguard and their warlords. So I actually just picked up a few more of the early Saxons for my son to use, and we're going to start building and painting them all together starting this week, actually. So let's see, I think that was everything. Oh, I almost forgot about this. I almost forgot to bring this out and onto the table. This was something that I was very excited about. Last year they released a reprint of the Rogue Trader, original 40K Rogue Trader book, and then I saw that they were doing the Realm of Chaos book, and so I wanted to pick this up. I don't know really much anything about this, but I really like the old classic Warhammer and lore and whatnot. So I'm very excited to dive into this, but I haven't even opened it yet, so we'll see. But so that's everything I got during the day at the exhibit hall. But during the evening, I had always heard that there was a big flea market, but I had never been able to go. However, this time I made a point, made sure I had some money in my pocket, and I'm really, really glad that I did. I used to have individuals, so this is what I picked up. I used to have individuals of these miniatures. When I very first started to get into miniatures, I went to a store called Rider Hobbies, and what they would do, they would take this set and they would take the old Beaky Space Marine set, and they would break them out into small digestible packs. So as a young kid, you didn't have to pay tons of money for all these miniatures. You could get a small sampling, and so I would have a pack with like one of each of these figures, and I'd go in and spend my dollars on them every now and then, pick up more. And so I was super, but I think I only ever had like one of these sprues. I would always go back and buy countless copies of the Space Marines. So back then I was first into 40K, but fantasy is really where my heart is now. And so when I saw this, I was very excited and wanted to pick it up. The only thing is it is missing all the goblins, so that's too bad because they're fun little characters. But I'm very excited to have these other classic guys too. So that was a big find. And then this was a really cool blister pack. I'm hesitant to even open this one because I just love the look of the old packaging and everything, and I could almost just display this on my wall, but I won't. I will be opening these miniatures and painting them. They're just an old pack of Cavalry High Elf. Just really nice sculpts. I need to research and find who did these, but I was really, one of the biggest things I was excited about to see was the metal horses, because since I had been into miniatures and Games Workshop, all the horses were always plastic, so it was neat to see these very uniquely styled metal horses. Well, last but not least, this isn't something that I bought, but I was talking to a guy at my booth, Brian Bledsoe, I think is his name. thank you, Brian, if you end up watching this. Brian, I showed him my checklist of all the old Marauder dwarves that I'm trying to collect. And I've got a very large number of them, but I was missing one of the miners. And he just went into the hall, saw this pack on the shelf, picked it up, and brought it to me and gave it to me. So that completed my miner collection. I haven't even had a chance to open this one yet, but I will. And I really appreciate that he did that. He wouldn't let me pay him back or anything. So super good guy, and I look forward to meeting him again next year. All right, well, that's my mini haul from Adepticon 2018. Feel free, if you went to Adepticon or picked anything up over the weekend of Adepticon, post in the comments below and share what you got and what you enjoyed about the show. All right, until next time, keep sculpting.